last part of one-step equations, and that is solving when there are fractions. Most kids don't like fractions, however, they're pretty easy to deal with when we're solving equations. Because if you know reciprocal and how to multiply them, you're doing well. If you have to add and subtract them, that's when it's the most work, adding and subtracting. But multiplying fractions is fast, top times top over bottom times bottom. Okay? So, the first thing, if there is a whole number, put a 1 on the bottom. If there is a whole number, put a 1 on the bottom. That's your first plan of attack. Then, second plan of attack, you're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. That's it. So if there's a whole number, put a 1 on the bottom, multiply through by the reciprocal. So 3/4 x equals 6. This looks really confusing, but I'm just going to go through the steps. Put a 1 on the denominator. And then to get rid of this fraction, I times through by the reciprocal to both sides, because it's algebra. Algebra is all about doing the same thing to both sides. Notice what happens. Cancel, 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 cancel. I'm left only with my x. Cross simplify. X is equal to top times top over bottom times bottom, which is just 8. So I put a 1 for the whole number and times through by the reciprocal. I'm going to do that strategy again. Put a 1 under the 6. Now times through by the reciprocal. 3 over 2. If you're ever not certain what the reciprocal is, think you just want the diagonals together, because when the diagonals are together, it cancels everything out. So I'm left with, do it to both sides, 3 over 2. So I'm left with, I can cross simplify. Now top times top is 9. It's really 3 times 3 over 1 times 1, which is 9 over 1, which is 9. But I don't show all that work. I just see that the 1 is on the bottom. I don't have to put it. 3 times 3 is 9. There is another strategy that some kids like, and let me show it to you. So, I want you on the bottom, you have room. I see your notes, you have room. I want you to make the same equation. This is strategy number 2. So strategy number 1 is reciprocal. Strategy number 2, get rid of the fraction. Some kids like strategy 2 better. You'll see what I mean. So, which number makes 3/4 a fraction? The 3 or the 4? 4. And what does the bottom number mean for a fraction? This is really saying 3 divided by 4, isn't it? 3 divided by 4. How do you get rid of divide? Okay, so let's get rid of it. Let's times both sides by 4. That gets rid of this fraction. And what do I have left now? Well, no. 3x. Because the 4 canceled out. Because the opposite of divide is multiply, so that canceled out that divide. I'm left with 3x equals 24. Now, how do you move the 3? Divide. X equals, what is that? 8. So that's strategy number 2. Let me model the strategy with the next one too. 2/3 x equals 6. The denominator means you divide. This is saying 2 divided by 3 times it by x. So get rid of the denominator by multiplying. That cancels out that denominator. I'm left with 2x equals 18. x is 9. Do you see my strategy there? So strategy 1, reciprocal. Strategy 2, get rid of the bottom number. How do you get rid of the bottom number? Multiply by bottom. That's how you get rid of it. Because the bottom number, the denominator means division. To get rid of division, you multiply.